Um, okay, welcome everyone. It's Friday. We've got the weekend coming up. The sun is shining, at least here in Fairfax, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to celebrate. And this idea of celebration is a skill that uh, I didn't learn until later in my life. I think there's this tendency when things are going well or someone does something in our culture, we give compliments. Compliments are considered good. I remember even being in couples therapy and, the therapist saying, you guys got to, give each other compliments so frequently. And compliments usually come in the form of, you're awesome. I think you're amazing. I love you, sort of something along those lines. And while that's, I think, really, really sweet and certainly has its place in our connections with each other, there's also something missing. There's sort of a depth, I think, that's missing. So if we really want someone else to understand what it is exactly that we are appreciating about them, we ideally want to move beyond the "you're awesome and I love you" kind of layer and get into, when you did X, Y, and Z, here's what it was like for me. Here's what I felt. um, and ideally also be able to connect those behaviors and those actions with some kind of uh, needs that were being satisfied or were being met. When you did X, Y, and Z, I felt really safe, or I felt really seen. And it gives the other person the chance to actually really connect with, wow, this is the impact that my behavior had on the other person. And so that's also a gift that we can give others. And so just a quick reminder, oftentimes, these kinds of judgments or this kind of celebration is really just the flip side of this criticism coin, and it allows us to take things a little further. So when someone says, "Oh, you're a real jerk, you're really selfish," right? That's just negative criticism, it's just adding labels. But I still don't really know exactly what it is that I did that didn't meet your needs, or somehow activated uh, difficult feelings. And so the flip side of that coin is what I just described, which is just giving people compliments, and it's just another form of judgment. Happens to be a positive judgment, but again, it sort of robs us of the opportunity to go deeper. So I thought today we'd practice connecting with some people or some events and just slow things down a little bit and see if we can actually get underneath that layer, and move a little deeper into what is it about what this person did, and why is it meaningful. And that I would label celebration. Being able to express that and connect over that is really giving both of us the gift to say, great, now we're really connecting about the heart of why this was such a positive experience. So let's start by closing our eyes. As soon as I close my eyes, I have this automatic impulse to take a deep breath in. It's almost like it's a cue for my body to slow down. So let's go ahead and do that. Take a deep breath in through the nose, long slow exhale through the mouth. And if you can just relax into this present moment. Another deep in through the nose, out through the mouth. Settling into the chair, the present moment, letting the body breathe on its own. Taking a quick inventory of the body, just noticing how does the body feel right now? Achy, comfortable, relaxed, tense. Again, no attachment to labels being good or bad. It's just noticing, just using words to describe what's happening. And then doing the same for mind. What does the mind feel like right now? Busy, calm, stressed, anxious, hopeful. Without attachment to things needing to be a certain way. We're simply noticing, just finding some descriptive words for what seems to be happening in this moment to the body and the mind. And then I'll prompt you and ask you, when I use the following words, I want you to just notice who pops into your mind. This person is awesome and so lovable. Don't overthink it. Just notice who popped into your mind. This person is awesome and I love them. I want you to picture this person. Maybe your last interaction, or just, again, whatever comes to mind, just noticing you're watching them being awesome, being lovable. Now let's explore if we can move beyond these compliments or these labels, and explore, like, what exactly is it that they do that makes them so awesome and lovable. Maybe it's things they say or do for you. Maybe it's things they don't say or don't do. They're not judgmental or not critical of you. That's a doing as well. And as you're watching them behave in this way or doing whatever it is that they're doing, notice what it feels like for you to be on the receiving end of their behavior. What are the positive feelings and sensations that come up in your body? Or affection, excitement, joyfulness, gratitude, sense of peacefulness. So notice what comes up for you because of the things that they do. And then maybe explore some needs that are being satisfied or that are helping you connect with. And so needs, I think of them as universal human wants, like connection or play, well-being, meaning, safety, being seen and being loved, supported. And this is the celebration. So to close the loop on that, imagine yourself saying to them or expressing this to them so they can really see you and really understand how their behavior impacts you so positively. And it could take the form of something like, thank you. When I see you doing whatever it is that they do, I feel, and maybe list some of the feelings that you identified earlier. And I feel these positive feelings and sensations when you do this because you're helping me meet my needs for whatever some of the needs were that you just identified. And then, of course, you can always close the loop at the end by saying, "You're awesome, and I love you for it. Thank you." This takes a little bit of practice. So the feelings and the needs. There's a vocabulary there that we can cultivate and we can develop. And I can share some lists of feelings and needs, positive and certainly positive ones. I think it's a good practice, and I hope this makes sense to you in terms of how it deepens the opportunity for celebration by just communicating a little more accurately, a little more thoroughly. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose. While I'm exhale through the mouth, relaxing the belly and the shoulders, the hands, the face, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another deep inhale through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, letting go. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes. Come on back to the session. Um, yeah, so the invitation is to maybe be more aware this weekend of how you're using words to, especially when you communicate positivity to others, and see if you can play around with this idea of feelings and needs that are being met, and see what it's like to express that to someone else, and if that deepens your connection with them and makes that communication sort of more robust and heartfelt. Hope that was helpful. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you on Monday. Bye.